Yeah, so we are going to talk. We're gonna show the clip of Valuetainment, which is also the channel or the affiliate channel
The main
of
channel.
the main channel, where Hafiz was basically spewing his craziness.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. It's a better word to put it. Anyway, let's continue.
So stick around to the very end. I'm going to give you a lot of different stats and 8 reasons why you ought to consider getting a prenup. But let's get right into it. So look, I've been running a business for 20 plus years. Business is very hard, right? I've been in the insurance space over 2 decades. The whole concept about insurance isn't buying auto insurance because you're going to get into a car accident. You don't buy a life insurance because you're going to die tomorrow. You buy auto insurance that in case you get into a car accident or somebody hits you, you're protected. You buy life insurance that in case you die tomorrow or next week or next year while you have a wife or a husband and kids, they're at least taken care of. The same thing as goes with insurance is the same thing that goes with prenup. Look at prenuptial agreements or postnuptial agreement as a form of insurance. So now, let me give you some stats when it comes down to marriage and divorces. So only 5% of folks who get a divorce had a prenup. Of the people that got a divorce, 15% of them wish they would have set up a prenup. So now when you look at these stats and divorces in America, 41% of first marriages end up at a divorce. But watch what happens to the stats. 60% of second marriages and 73% of third marriages, which means if your first marriage didn't work out and you didn't have a prenup, fine. But don't do it on your second or your...
Could you go back to the stats? Do you think 4 times the charm?
It's usually third, right? So
It's looking impressed out here, man.
he didn't even add the fourth one. Didn't even try to add the fourth one.
After the third one, they said, yeah, we shouldn't continue this anymore.
You know what? We're not gonna log this one anymore, man. 73%.
Why do you think the chances of a divorce is higher in a second and third divorce? Because you would think that you've learned from your first marriage, right? So
that's a good question. You can look at it from different perspective. And that's what the show is about, of course. It could be that that's one of the theories that I've heard. It's the pair bonding thing. So you cannot pair bond as well. The more marriages or relationships you have, you cannot pair bond as good.
more sexual partners as well.
Yeah, it's basically that's a theory. Another way to look at it is maybe because I do think one thing that I'm surprised about, and I think you pointed out, but maybe people are just stupid. I mean, majority of the people are stupid, but people don't learn from their mistakes. I think someone said it. I don't know. I don't remember who said this, where I heard it, but they always say, well, what I've heard is everywhere you go, there you are.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, there you are. So if you're that same person in the first marriage as in your second marriage, you will get the same problems if you don't solve your problems.
And on Q, LW, you take you everywhere. It's basically what you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. Shout out to LW. She's a great mind. So.
That's basically, I think that's the thing here. Everywhere you go, there you are. And if people usually don't develop themselves. They don't look at them they people go in the first. If you look at it from this perspective, if you, I think the statistics say women initiate majority of the divorces,
I think
which means
75% or something.
yeah. So which means that if a woman divorces the first time, she doesn't look inwards, but look outwards, blame the guy for every problem, and doesn't improve herself, look inwards and try to improve herself, then you get the same problem. And then she again blames the guy for, for not being that person, divorces again, and doesn't look inwards and try to improve herself. So,
But KR, I I can I partially agree with you, but I have a question. It's
tell me.
the who is doing the proposing? It's the man.
Yes.
So why
So
are men proposing?
because maybe they're getting pressured. Also, another statistic of what I heard, but this is, I mean, this is things I've heard. I don't have I will have to look it up. But I've heard that a lot of times men get pressured into, well, usually men want to wait with marriage. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to say pressured because it sounds like they're getting a tool to their
Foot stomp
face.
in there, yeah.
But a lot of times the marriage talks are initiated by the woman. And maybe the dude is like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. She's a ride or die. I know her only 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I'm just
And then only
I
to
don't know.
disappoint, and then only to disappoint.
Yeah, and then to
Yeah.
follow disappointment, and maybe also, but I do think that's to talk about accountability. Men have to have maybe better standards. I don't know, better verifying if that person is really that person who they claim they are. I have no idea. Seems like something you would have to do, but apparently maybe that's not happening enough.
If you talk to people who've been married for 50 plus years, they will tell you that there's never a point where you don't learn something from each other. You will never get to that point. So if you can't, if you're still finding things out after 50 years, then you know for certain that the person you are with will not be that same
So you
person.
can verify.
You can't verify. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
So you need to trust.
And that-
You need to you can only check off boxes and limit your risks. That's all you can do. You never
Would that
know.
be even more reason to have a prenup?
Yes.
If you're still finding things out during your relationship after your marriage, if you've known each other for 50 years, I do think that's maybe even more a reason to have a prenup, because you might not find out. Oh no, I cannot say that. That's definitely gonna get us canceled. That's definitely gonna get us canceled. I cannot say what I
Patreon
would
coming
just.
soon. Patreon coming soon.
Oh man.
Yeah, let's proceed with the video.
If your first marriage didn't work out and you didn't have a prenup, fine. But don't do it on your second or your third. So now let me continue. A few other things you need to know when it comes down to marriage. The average marriage in America lasts 8 years. And aside from that, every 16 seconds, somebody gets married in America, and every 42 seconds, someone's getting a divorce in America. So now nuptial agreements, Pat, I don't get it. Are we talking about divorces here today? Let me give you one of the most important reasons why you ought to get a nuptial agreement. It's simply to avoid future arguments. For example, Most of the time when you talk about, well, why would somebody get a nuptial agreement? Do you not trust me? It's the famous line when somebody wants to set up a nuptial agreement. You must not trust me. You don't trust me. My mom told me you don't trust me. All you care about is money. If somebody starts saying stuff like that, that's a very deep, concerning thing, because what do you mean I don't trust you? We've only known each other for 2 years. We've only known each other for a year. Nowadays, most people get married online. Most people meet each other online. I don't have the same years of experience with you if I would have met you through a family member or a friend or a coworker. There is a lot of risk today in marriage, more than ever before, because people are more than ever marrying somebody that they know the least amount, where before at least we knew more about the person that we're getting married. So having said that, I'll give you two stories.
We only know them from their IG page. She looking nice out there. Booty cheeks popping. Now I'm out here
with
marrying her.
with the what shorts?
The booty shorts.
Yo, if you didn't get that one, guys, go check out the Kanye episode.
Yeah. I think it's two shows ago.
It's already 2 shows ago? Man, this
Already
is going
2 shows
by
ago.
so fast. Hey, guys in the chat, once again, thank you all for sticking around. And we greatly appreciate your support. Remember to like the video. This really, really helps our algorithm. It helps to push our videos. We say this every week, but this is just the way it is. We see that the algorithm is picking our videos up more and more. And of course, we want to get bigger. We have our goals. We have goals we want to achieve, and the show is just the first step. We have so much more that we want to share with you, but it all starts with a like. So please like the video, share it, and yeah, with that being said, we can continue. Or are we done with the video? I think we're done with the video. Huh?
Well, there is one last part. This last part we're gonna play, and then we're gonna close it. Okay. This video.
2 stories, and I'll get into the 2 points. So Jackie O, John F. Kennedy's a wife, she's widowed. Okay, so while she's about to marry Onassis, who's a very successful businessman at the time, I think he's a billionaire, very well known, very successful, and he has always liked Jackie. They finally agreed to get married, and one of the clauses Jackie gets to put in the agreement, the nuptial agreement, is for each year that Jackie is married to him, if he divorces her, she gets $10 million. That's part of the agreement. She was able to negotiate a lot of different things. So was he. He had great attorneys. She had great attorneys. So we get married. Look, I'm a first lady. If I'm going to risk marrying somebody like you, there's risk for marrying a playboy like you. I got to be protected. Per year I'm married to, I get $10 million. Now that's that time, by the way, 64, 65, 66 compared to today. That's a lot of money, right? Salma Hayek is another one. She gets married to a billionaire. Okay. I believe they had a kid together. And I even believe there's a contract in their agreement that per kid, it was a certain number, $17 million. I don't remember the exact number, but there's something there. Now, somebody may say, oh my God, look, that's fake. That's not real love. What do you...
Is that what Afis was referring to? He got the prenuptial agreement mixed up with his marriage contract?
I don't know what Afis was doing. I really don't know what he was doing. I don't know.
Anyway, this is, I'll finish it up.
Yeah.
You call that? Is that real love? That's not real love. The way I got married was real love. Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Because you don't think about the fact that life happens after we get married. After you have 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, travel, in-laws, issues. You and I cannot predict that the other person's going to change or not. You can't predict if I'm going to change, and I cannot predict that you're going to change. Of course, we're loving each other. We're getting married. But then life happens, and marriage sometimes turns into a business, and then there's money. So now, 8 reasons to why set up a prenuptial agreement. One of them.
Yeah, and I guess he goes in the video, he mentions the 8 reasons. He talks about, so the most important thing he mentions is to prevent future arguments. And I think that's definitely the main reason why to consider a prenup, to prevent arguments, because when you're actually in a dispute with that person, or your emotions are all over the place, you can make decisions that you wouldn't make if you were just calm and collected. I can tell you, KR, I can't tell you, KR, how often I have had clients come up to me raging, ready to take a case to court, and for one or more reason, maybe financially, they didn't have the money at that point to proceed with the case, or maybe they had other reasons for not proceeding with the case. But I can't tell you how often these same clients afterwards say, no, it's not necessary anymore. No, yeah, he or she can stay with the money, or he or she can stay with the house. Yeah, I'm not interested in this anymore. So it's sometimes emotions play a role, and that's why Patrick says, so the first reason he mentions is to prevent future arguments. He also mentions other things like to protect separate properties. For example, if both of you are business owners, or one of your is a business owner, and something happens to that person and he loses control or ownership of his assets, then the other assets of the other partner would still remain intact. You can, he mentions a couple more: child expenses, alimony, inheritance reasons, so you can determine what so in case of death, what will go to who. That's something so those are the reasons that he goes into in that video. But I think the reasons for the point he's making is clear. He started with the statistics to show the high risks, and just basically his point is, it's better to have it, because you will make your life a lot more simpler if something should happen.
Clear.